We are back and we are all on the same continent and the same island. Is this recording? Is it on? Are we going?
We're good, yeah.
And what a wonderful it is to see your faces in 3D.
3 dimensions again.
3D. Nobody's beaming. So to celebrate, we have party poppers.
We're doing poppers
Party
today
poppers
on the podcast.
in the club tonight.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Hey! It's the young hot reunion.
I used to love getting the smoke out of it when I was a kid then.
And so what if you smell this? Now, why is this such a big thing in gay culture, Shane?
This is to lower my inhibitions.
They're attractive. They're very attractive.
Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around. Oh my. Is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy.
It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.
That's lovely.
What are you drinking there, Tony?
I'm drinking a lovely can of light and fresh and crisp re-raw lager.
I like to enjoy it in the outdoors on maybe a bit of an adventurous weekend. I wonder if there's a way I can combine these things together.
Shane,
Never possible.
Let me tell you, there is an incredible competition we are running where they are giving people the opportunity to have an incredible adventurous weekend at the Big Style Wild Atlantic Lodge in Mayo, in Killian, Mayo. Basically, what you do is you go to participating stores where you can buy re-raw, you scan the code.
Scan a barcode.
You scan a barcode and you could win. And let me tell you, Big Style is the best place ever.
Really?
Okay. The Sleaze have played there many times, and it is the most fun weekend. You get incredible food. You get to go surfing. You can do whatever. There's an incredible spa with the best views from a sauna in the whole of Ireland. So Re-Raw are doing this amazing competition.
That is my distinct honour to bring that news to our listeners, and I want to thank Re-Raw for creating that competition with Big Style.
Thank you, Re-Raw.
And thank Re-Raw for their continued patronage and sponsorship of the Young Hot Guys.
We love you.
Love you.
I wasn't allowed. I've never lit a black cat before.
No,
a banger.
Yeah.
And most Halloweens were not on weekends, so I wouldn't be at my dad's. And my dad wasn't around to light fireworks, so I didn't really have a lot of fireworks.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
But
God, what a terrible childhood.
Yeah, that was
it
tough.
was pretty. Look,
Hilary, if we could just put some sad
We
piano
didn't
music.
really
And
have
I know.
anything.
I don't know if there's a way of making audio black and white, but
were your dad's firework parents?
No.
Germany is insane for the fireworks. So we would
Bet
go
they
to
will
Germany at New Year's. Anyone who's been to Germany in New Year's knows it's like it's honestly like a war zone. It's crazy.
Blitzkrieg.
Whoa.
It's that kind of thing. Yeah.
Get your uncle in the U-boat to come around again.
Yeah, to look at the Statue of Liberty. No, but they go off like crazy.
Go off, sis.
Like they go like that, and
Wow.
and everyone's doing it. Like 20 feet from you, there's another person doing the, and it's crazy. So yeah, we do it in Germany. I guess old habits die hard. And,
Yeah.
You know what annoys me with the fireworks then at the Halloween is that everybody has to talk so much about how it's upsetting their dog. And I'm like, yeah, but it's just, there's nothing you can do about that.
I think we had fireworks before we had domesticated pets. So, I mean, can we not just, the hierarchies
but I
there?
would
I'd like to
there's
know
nothing that's going to
I don't
happen.
think that's true at all.
No.
Nothing is
China.
going to happen.
China.
Yeah, but there was
China.
dogs before fireworks.
There was not a dog in a garden and, a Sheila, getting on the blower to Joe
Listen.
Duffy complaining about it.
There were black cats before black cats.
Oh, hey.
There you go.
Hey, hey.
There you go.
I think they should. I mean, we were talking about Dragon's Den before now. Why isn't there like a little earmuff thing for dogs for Halloween specifically? And you can make it a mask and maybe make it airtight.
I put a thing around my dog's head on Halloween because he was getting so upset and he hated it and it freaked him out far more than it turns out putting a massive kind of sock thing on your dog's heads and covering their ears freaks them out a lot more than fireworks.
Oh, that's a shame.
Really scared the crap out of them. Because I guess ears, their sense, so you're kind of blinding them. It's essentially going up to your dog and there's fireworks going off, loud bangs everywhere, and then you basically blindfold them.
Yeah.
And you're like, this will calm you down.
To clarify, I feel sorry for the dogs. I do.
Sure.
I do feel sorry for the dogs, but I just think giving out about it's not going to help. It's not going to solve anything.
There'll
be no change from that.
Any type of protest, really, just giving out about things. Like, what's the point?
Okay, do not put words in my mouth.
I feel like people have kind of called the whole fireworks thing. I mean, we had a wedding on a farm and I was like, we should bring some fireworks. And Terry was like, the animals. And I'm like, fuck the animals. Do you know what I mean? It's my special day at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? So what if they give sour milk or whatever. So if the dogs are leaking sour milk all over the place,
Yeah.
I want to have a little special day. You know, I'm going to get married once.
We're in the same room together. I can't get over it. I'm
can't get
sorry.
over it.
I know, and we've
don't wanna
been
reference
together.
it.
I've been with Killian. Killian's been the center of the universe.
I have.
You have.
Yes.
Well, I'm only friends with you through him.
Yeah, that's true. It was so annoying doing those beaming ones. Oh my,
my
God,
God,
I
beaming
found that
ones.
so annoying.
Beaming in through Australia. And we're beaming in to Ireland at the minute now.
Oh,
The
yeah.
beaming Episodes.
I'll never
were-
go anywhere again.
Yeah.
Will you not?
I
It's a
just.
fucking faff, is it?
It's a bloody palaver, Tony.
Yeah.
It takes so long to go. I mean, it's not terrible. Like, it takes one day to go to Australia.
yeah.
It used to take 6 months.
Where you're sold out and revered.
Yeah, where you're adored, and people, everyone. Lots of people in shout out to the people of Australia who listen to this podcast, and don't mind the ones from Tipperary who now live there, but the actual Australians listen to this podcast.
Oh, like
Actual
Australian
people who are
Wow.
Australian, yeah, not
Oh.
naturalized Irish Australians, actual
Big, buff,
Australians.
sexy Australians.
Wow.
Were
Well,
they? Well, they're all right.
they're okay.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I think they're better looking. I think it's agreed upon that they're better looking.
Are they?
I don't know. They just say, well, they're tander, they're fitter, healthier,
Yeah.
more fitter, happier, more productive.
More vitamin D.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
No? Okay.
You wouldn't have got that, Shane, but I know just what he's talking about.
You guys,
I know what you
Strong.
are talking about.
Anyway, what did you bring us?
Nothing. I
off,
do
not even a
not.
rock.
No, I didn't
we
get
need
you
to
the thing.
fuck off. Go back to.
Do you know?
fucking
Because I have to
other side.
pack a big bag, and I just was like, I'm not buying that. I didn't buy it for Raymond either. I don't buy presents. I don't do that.
Wow.
Why? What do you want? A piece of tat from Australia?
Fucking
Yes.
boomerang that never goes anywhere.
Yeah.
I didn't even see a boomerang once.
Did you
I
not?
didn't see a bug once. I saw no snakes. I saw a spider briefly.
Are you sure you weren't
Big.
just in Cork?
Do you know what? I could have been anywhere. Could have been anywhere. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. But the man on the plane, to tell you
Pilot,
this,
you
was
might
actually, no, the guy on the way home was a 15-hour flight. And every time I fell asleep for a second, it was like he was doing it on purpose. This man, every time he moved, he needed to elbow me every time.
Ah, here.
And I just think like people are sociopaths. Like you're in a public space. I know we're sharing space together and there's no way for this to be perfect on the plane. But do you have to elbow me every time? Every time. I don't trust a man on a plane with no luggage, no hand luggage.
Oh, yeah.
What's he doing?
What's he doing? That's always been my dream, is to board a flight, maybe at max a jacket and my passport in it. I would love just to
I did it
walk onto
before.
a plane. What, did you?
Yeah, I got locked out of the house that I was staying in.
So you just fucked off to Paris?
And I
Wow.
had to. No, I was in London, and I went back to the house that I was staying in, and the door was locked, and I couldn't get in, and all I had was my my
Your
passport
wits.
card in my pocket and my wits.
Wits about you. Yeah.
And so I just hopped on the bus and went to, and I had a T-shirt. It was actually quite cold,
Yeah.
and I had nothing. And the guys were all so confused. I think I've said this on the podcast before, but yeah, it was the coolest thing I've ever done. I
And the
felt like a
passport
spy.
card, great way to go through the
yeah.
airport at a slower pace. Is a great thing to do. If you want to spend more time queuing in the airport, get yourself a passport card. That's a fucking swizz. What's the point of that?
What did they do?
You can't go. It takes longer because you have a passport
What
card.
do you mean it takes longer?
Me and Raymond went to Spain, and Raymond was like on the other side of the thing because he can put his passport in that little reading machine. He had the book, and he was on the other side, standing there waiting for me to come through the queue full of gobshites.
Well, I tell you what, the queue of the gobshites, they're also the queue of the people who are €35 richer because they didn't spend that extra money on the booklet.
That's true.
Yeah, so the queue.
No, you have to get both.
You don't have to get both.
You can't buy just a card, can you?
I had just a card for years.
Is the idea that you keep the passport safe somewhere, like the drawer, and you bring the passport card out so that you can kind of use
I'm not
that?
revealing to you whether I have a passport or not.
Okay,
I know
fair
what
enough.
you're trying to do.
Did you have one of those USIT student cards back in the day?
Yeah, I
You
think
get, like,
so.
student discounts?
Yeah. I think so.
I used to use that was my first fake ID. You could go into the secondary school, fill out the USIT form, put in your date of birth or whatever, they stamp it, you fill it in pencil. You change the date, make yourself 18.
Oh my God.
Put a photo in, and then you can get a USIT card. A friend of mine actually used to do them. He used to put all of his details in it, but then he would just put in the photo, and he used to use photos. He had a photo like of raw chicken, and he would just like use that sometimes to get into places he didn't want to go into, and he would hold it up. And your mum was like, "You take the fucking piss. What the fuck is this?" He had a Robert De Niro one as well. He would use being like, "Hey, well, hang on, do you have any ID? There you are."
No
just to
way.
fucking stick it to them for a
Wow.
change, and not get in anywhere, of course.
I'm running no game, Tony.
Yeah, who's that? Chicken?
That's kind of, he's a con man.
Yeah.
I'm running a no game, Tony.
What was your fake
like
ID?
con men
You
from
an
the
older
old
brother, so
days.
you probably could use his
Yeah,
ID.
very easy for me. I had a brother who was a year older than me, just use his. He looks
Yeah.
the same as me. There was one time I knew where my brother kept his ID, and so I would just take it when I needed to get drink.
Nice.
And I could only do this from the age of like 17 on because he's like just a year older than me. But I remember one time going down to the shop and using Niels' ID and bought like 6 cans of Dutch Gold or whatever it was.
8 Steins.
And then 8 Stein glasses.
8 Steins, please.
And then and the guy was like, you don't need to wear your lederhosen. Like,
Yeah, we get it.
But I went and I gave him the ID, and the guy was like, he was a nice guy. I knew him. It was my local shop. And he's like, you sure this is you? And I was like, yeah, it's me. And I know all the information. So I'm like, and I know I look like him. So I'm pretty confident. He's like, hey, you sure you didn't just come in here and buy a drink like 30 minutes ago? And I was like, no, I didn't know. And he's like, you wanted more? And I was like, yeah, I did. Jane. Like, okay. Like really confused, but like kind of knew what was going on. Was like, I'm just going to give this to this guy. And then I went up to the shop and I was like, Niels, did you just buy a drink? And he was like, yeah, just got back. He saw this guy walk into the shop, buy whatever, 6 Tuborg, then walk out of the shop, then immediately saw this guy in different clothes walk into the shop.
And different face.
And different face, kind of. Yeah. So
Fiona, I must talk to you about your son, Niels. I think he has a drinking problem.
And when we finished school, they didn't take my brother's ID at Tramco at Mines.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Tramco days. They wouldn't take that. He just didn't believe me. And they also made fun of my shirt.
Oh, for fuck's
I know,
sake.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then I was outside trying to think of what to do. And I was like strolling
Sorry,
around.
by the way.
It was like a very...
Funky? Was it funky?
You know what a kind of boring corporate gay man might wear? A floral shirt like they wear them now.
Yeah.
But this was 20 years ago, whatever.
Did you have
You
a
know that
lanyard?
type of shirt? And they'd have like very visible brown belt. You know
Oh,
you know that kind of look?
Yes.
So it was kind
Paul
of one
Smith
of them.
kind of vibes.
Yeah, Paul Smithish. Yes, like kind of like that. And then I was outside, and this was around the time that Arctic Monkeys was where dominating the charts. As it were. And then I was talking to my friend Luke, and who, by the way, I left an Easter egg for Luke recently in this podcast, and he did not get back to me about it. And so if you're listening, like I'm annoyed at you.
You get spoiled.
Luke, enemy of the pod.
Yeah, enemy of the
Enemy
pod.
of the pod.
Anyway, so then I was talking to Luke, and then I said to him, I was like, what was the line from Arctic Monkeys? I was like, swap 2 jumpers and make another move. Still in your mind, you got something to prove, right? And then he was like, oh, let's do that. Let's swap 2 jumpers. I put on his jumper over my shirt, and then I was like charging towards the door. I wasn't going to get in the queue. I was trying to just go right back in as if I was already in.
Yeah.
And then it was very exciting because some kind of fight happened at the exact same moment.
Oh my God.
And I could see, it was like from a film. On the way in, I was like, oh my God, I got past the threshold. And there was a mirror in front there, some kind of mirror thing. And I could see the bouncer man coming towards me. And he actually outstretched his hand. I could see this. And I just went maintain level pace. This is all normal. And then just scurried up a staircase because Tramco famously had staircase. And I was in, and everybody was so delighted then. It was so great.
Chase.
It was so exciting. It was way better than just getting in. It was way more exciting.
That's great. But the bouncer was going for you.
He was.
Say
He wanted
fucking
me.
Luke tipped him off.
Yeah.
Classic.
No, Luke gave me his jumper to
What
be
a
fair to
clown.
Luke.
Yeah, that's just because he's
That was a
an
long
idiot.
time ago. What's he done for me lately? He didn't even listen to the Easter egg I put in for him in this
Yeah.
podcast.
Can we borrow him, actually?
Yeah, we
Just
yeah,
get the
Luke,
IP
I'll
address.
get if you're listening
get
to
his
this, turn it
devices.
off.
Yeah,
Turn it
I'll
off.
speak to his partner.
I remember one time trying to get into Barcode in Fairview, and I was like, all right, well,
That's the one that's in the gym now, right?
Yeah, in Westwood.
A terrible time.
Terrible time. Yeah, but there was a lot of different ways of scheming in there. Like they'd let you, the security was kind of like at the gate to go in. So if you were going to the gym, you could go in. So a lot of lads would just go in, and when the bouncers weren't looking to go to the gym, then they'd scoot him beside. My friend of mine, she hid in someone's boot to get into the car park to get it. There was all these different sorts. So because it was hard and the bouncers were kind of finicky with you, if they were kind of at capacity later on in the day, they might not let you in, even if you're had your ID and you were of age. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go first. I'm going to be the first one in. I'm just going to go. And I was over 18. So I remember going, dressing up first time out in Barcode, wore like, a t-shirt with a tie, a train conductor hat, and a trench coat, And I was there like just skipping down
Photos
the road.
of your grandchildren.
Yeah, it was the style. Never for anyone ever. And I'm walking down, and there's like, it's daylight, early, maybe like 6 p.m. or whatever. Walk in,
God.
go down to the bouncer, and he goes, no, sorry, mate. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
And he goes, no. I'm like, but here's my ID. He goes, no.
Asshole.
And I was like, but why? Like, and he's like, no, just not tonight. And I'm like, I'm stone cold sober. There's
Oh my
no
God.
one in there, But imagine having that level of power. Oh my God, I'd get off on it.
Well, we do. We have it with this podcast now.
We should
Let's
do the
bar a
same
few
thing.
people. Luke, first of all.
Luke is barred.
Barred.
Yeah, Luke's
We're
barred.
not tonight. Not this episode. Sorry, buddy. Maybe get a cup of coffee and then turn it on in an hour.
Check out the bonus.
Great.
Yeah, check out the bonus in an hour or something like that. Get yourself a cup of coffee and you can come back and maybe you'll be allowed in.
Maybe Netanyahu.
He's barred.
He's barred as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Luke is on the same list as Netanyahu
Luke is very like.
in terms of oppressors.
He's not a Zionist to my knowledge, but still don't like the guy.
Yeah.
I heard skinny ties are making ties in general are making a comeback. I heard that. Yeah, my friend Reese told me that. I heard they're coming back.
I need to see it. Who could I? Harry Styles? No. I'm trying to picture someone who I.
Phil Lynott had one when he played Sydney live, and it's the coolest looking thing ever. So
I wore it for Sydney as well. That's just standard.
When you're playing
standard
live
in
in
Sydney,
Sydney,
yeah.
you have to wear the skinny top.
It's kind of like when you're a barrister in the UK. Like there's a kind of certain outfit you have to wear when you get on stage.
One of my shows in Sydney, the microphone stopped working, and I had to go a cappella.
Oh wow.
But it stopped working in the first minute, and I was like, okay, I have just met these people, and now I'm trying to fill time while the man comes up. But we had a laugh there with the people in Sydney. We had a laugh about it. I was doing, I did improv that I was doing a spoken word poet then.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, stuff like that. And I did like actions to do with my words and stuff like that. But it was good. I felt very, I was like, this is rock and roll. Because sometimes you do a gig and they say, the spare mic there, and you're like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, thank you. Like, calm down.
Yeah.
Like,
There's also loads of fucking wires everywhere. Yeah. Thanks for pointing shit out.
Oh, there's lights on you. Yeah, I know.
I know they're very good.
But actually, the spare mic was there. If the spare mic had been there, you take it for granted when it is there, and then of course it wasn't there. And then also a funny thing happened. Actually, I can't tell.
How many
that because it's a spoiler.
mentions does he get how many more mentions of Australia does he get? Yeah.
I'm getting 9 so far, so like
Yeah,
one more,
so-
and then that's 2 hands.
And then we're gonna get too jealous, and we'll just.
Well,
have
how many
to-
fucking photo wildlife park shit do you fucking?
How many times are you going to wear that photo wildlife?
What do you mean?
jump
Bet
in?
it stinks.
It's my uniform.
Bet it stinks worse than lion
As
piss.
someone who works there,
No, it
No, it
smells
never
normal.
does. It smells like shoes, as
no,
it
I
should
worked,
be.
as someone who works in photo, I have to wear the uniform. How else are people going to know I'm a ranger?
Zookeeper. You sounded like I've never heard you sound more like a 7-year-old. I'm a ranger.
A member
so
of the
I'm,
Photo Wildlife Ranger
I'm a ranger.
team.
I'm a ranger. So
no, ranger.
yes,
It's kind of like a Power Ranger, but it's in Cork.
people think your cheetahs are really fast, but they're only chasing on a wire hook, so they don't have they can't get up to the speed they would in the
People,
savannah.
the main feed people don't know about this, but I've been wearing a Photo Wildlife jumper
Every
since-
single day
Yeah.
I've seen you. Every single day.
Every
And if it's
single
not
day.
that, it's the fleece.
because I worked there for a day.
Did you love animals growing up as a kid?
Yeah.
Not enough to
Well, I
not
mean,
like fireworks beside them, but yeah.
No, I someone who I work there. I work there. It's my job. I'm a ranger in the Photo Wildlife. I sneak in because they won't let me in anymore because they somehow don't recognize my key card stopped working and stuff like that. But I don't think they're feeding the bison correctly, so I've been sneaking in and giving them Maltesers and things like that.
Yes.
And you know,
Treats
the
that everyone
cheetahs.
enjoys.
Everyone enjoys.
Why are they making the monkeys run all the way around to get the food? So I've just been giving them Twixes and Maltesers and things like that animals like it's good for them because they eat it all.
They
eat it
they
really
wouldn't eat
quickly.
it if they know only animals can eat. Do you know
Yeah.
you see those signs that are like, please don't feed the animals any
Yeah.
sweets, and it's like it can make them very sick. Like I don't think it makes them any more sick than us. I think they're just kind of like, you also shouldn't be eating this shit, you fucking pig. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't feed them like chocolate and everything because it could be very bad for them. They hold these animals up to a higher standard than we hold ourselves.
I assume that is when it says please don't feed the animal, it's please don't feed the animal.
Sorry, misunderstood where you were going there.
That'll be a Wangel position on it.
Well, as a ranger, I guess I was walking through the photo I was, and they would let me do quite a lot of things.
He's a terrific Wangel.
And they don't let them eat that popcorn.
They let me pop the popcorn and sometimes they eat a bit out of the bison's mouth. Yeah, but they were doing a lot of things. Well, it's okay because my mum has to pick me up later on.
She's
You know
driving
who I
from
like?
Dublin, so she won't be here for a while.
The wingtail limo. They have wingtail limo babies. They're so cute, but they're also very violent.
Oh, they're very violent.
Yeah. Sorry, baby. What's is getting
You were doing also some kind of Euro baby voice there as well.
Eurocycles and Euro Baby on the long road.
Eurocycles, Euro baby.
Euro Baby has nothing to do with bikes. If you didn't know about Eurocycle, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Why are the prams? I always remember getting a bike as a kid. 'Cause
You all right?
Just the way I
What'd you learn that from a fucking orangutan? You're reaching over that.
there.
We're just laughing at Killian reach for as if like an orangutan picking up a lovely beech nut or something.
I spent a lot of time with the Wayne thing. You actually realise they kind of...
They are more like humans than we actually are. No, they are. They are more like humans than we are. Sorry, please. Eurocycles and Eurobaby on the Long Mile Road.
We went to a place called Tony Keeley to buy our bikes as a kid, and I always used to be like, it's kind of unexplained why the prams are also there. Is it just things with wheels? I don't really understand.
Yeah.
Well, it's just things with wheels.
Child transport.
There's
Exclusively.
adult bikes in the place in Tony Keeley's in Walkinstown, I think it was.
I imagine they have the facilities to store, in stock bikes and prams, and they probably occupy the same shelf space, and maybe that's some sort of like boring operational kind of thing that they can, you know what I mean?
Well,
the shelves
prams,
wouldn't look.
would have air tires, or are they mostly foam?
No, neither. So are they made of
Stone
paper
tires.
or are they made of rock? No, neither. Do you know it's insane? Like there's prams that have, because you go in there and they're just selling to the parents. You go in there.
I wouldn't think children would buy their own prams.
No, but like they're instead of like they're trying to appeal like anything else for a child is like, oh, a child might enjoy this kind of orangutan on a t-shirt, or they might enjoy a princess pink cup that they with a straw that with sparkles
or a
on
cheetah
it,
on a jumper.
or cheetah on a jumper for a wine yacht. But when you go in for the prams, it's stuff like the Lexus Pro, the Range Rover, the Range Rover Elite Pro.
Mom, I'm thinking that we maybe get a Lexus.
I think we get the Lexus booster seat because this is a Lexus car, and they would look at a piece of any other brand.
But are they with that branding? Are they trying to get the dads?
They're trying to get the dads.
The Magnum
really get into it. Yeah, the Magnum.
I just think for me, I would never have a pram for my kids. Why would I push them away? I've been baby wearing since birth, and I just would never do it any other way. Why would I? Why would I possibly push? What's that telling the baby psychically? I'm working on my posture. I saw a picture of myself the other day and I was like, oh my God. Now, I've been to physio a number of times for many issues, and the guy did say, well, you should work on your posture. But I sent a picture to Raymond from the nude beach.
Oh, wow.
And I was looking at myself and I was like, who is this hunchback of Notre
Damn, girl.
It should be Notre Dame, girl, but it wasn't. It was like,
Here I am on the beach. Look at me. Look at my arse.
Redmond, look at me.
The bell end. The bell end.
no, it was a rear. I didn't show him a picture of my bell end.
Well, as some motivation, if you do want to do that, you have a serious back. I've always been a huge fan of your back.
Yeah, but I'm so hunchy.
Yeah. But,
It's because you're so strong.
No, come on.
you've got the best posture, I think.
I don't think I do. I think I've got bad posture.
No.
Because I've been going. I got corrective insoles in my feet. And
In your feet.
Into your feet.
They stitched them into the bottom of your toe. It's quite leathery
Oof.
foot. So and that's been kind of giving me an extra couple of inches on my height.
I have noticed you being.
And your dick's huge as well. That's good.
It makes my cock droop. I think I should remove the stitching into my feet.
Okay.
My cock is becoming inflamed. I have noticed you being a bit taller.
Yeah, people have been saying it. And now
That's bullshit.
Emer, my friend, was saying that she thinks that I was doing it to get the extra few inches, which couldn't be further from the truth. I'm a man who, if I could press a button that makes me a couple of inches shorter, I would definitely do it.
Up, man. You're a liar.
Absolutely, I would 100%.
Choosy beggar.
I would. I'd go under. You know, they always say people who are 5'9" want to be 6 foot. 5'9" would be 5'8", 5'9", or whatever. They'd be the
What's a hindrance to your height?
bumping into things all the time, whacking my head off. Do you know what the worst things ever
You
are?
might have a brain tumor.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Maybe
well,
you're just a clumsy oaf.
No, do you know what's the
A
worst?
piggish brute.
There was
You're
a
not
big
that
thing
tall,
for a
like, I
while.
mean, I know we're
no, I
putting fodder in your
I
ear.
know I'm not that tall, but I'm the short arse of the family, actually.
Yeah, I
Short
met
arse of
your
the
brother
family.
in Australia and he was very tall.
Yeah, they're all. I'm the short one.
They're
He
big,
also,
genetically
Killian's
big.
brother also was wearing a green cable-knit iron sweater.
For fuck's sake.
I was like,
In the Australian sun.
oh, it gets cool this time of year.
Gets
Killian.
cool listening to me, yeah. Over there. Yes.
Do you know what was nice? It was nice to come home to the long evenings. I have to tell you, I know I said this in the other podcast the other day, but Jesus, it was so nice. Actually, the first day coming home was pretty terrible.
Was it? Tell us about it.
I wanted to be full dead. I was like sitting there and I was like, now, you know, I came home with my parents. They were talking about, I said this in the car. You know, famously, they don't listen to this podcast.
Great.
And I said in the car, I was like, oh, well, Sydney was a bit harder now. It wasn't as social as Melbourne. My dad goes, yeah, we heard you say that in the podcast now. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
They came on for them, and the flight 24 hours very difficult or whatever. And then it was. They talked. My mother talked in one fluid sentence from the airport to my door. So
Did she breathe? Take a breath in?
I'm not sure she did. I think she had a big deep breath from the get-go and then went all the way through. She had big news. They bought a new car, you see, so they had
Were you in the car?
big news.
Did you
I
even
was
get
in
to
the
say
car.
hi to them? They were probably just all about the new car.
Yeah, but then we went.
At departures?
No, they paid for the parking.
Paid the €3.
Yeah, and they were having a good look at people. And they told me about those people. They're having a look at people because, like, there's a couple there. They were actually gorgeous. She was pregnant, about 6 months pregnant. And she was absolutely gorgeous. And the two of them got, and that must have been her mother. I think that was her mother. Yeah. And they had a whole thing, told me all about those people. I was like, okay, great. And then, what was the thing? When we met them the other day.
You were sick as well, and you were just hovering.
Well, I wasn't going to talk about that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh.
Unwell.
Ooh. Butt or tum?
Do you know the expression diarrhea? Well, I did that on a plane for 26 hours. So,
Whoa. On the way back?
yeah, pretty dire. Do you know what I heard? I was in Qatar. A woman went into the I was in the pharmacy, and I kind of wanted him to give me some kind of magic, and I just got things, normal stuff. And then I was like, can I take both of these together? He's like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, anything else? He's like, no, you got the right stuff. And I was like, oh, give me some kind of magic.
Yeah.
You know, plain. And this girl went up, she was like, she actually skipped someone in the queue because she was a bit, she was unhinged a little bit. And she went, excuse me, I've flown in here from Bali, and I'm going to, on the way now to make my destination is Copenhagen. And I am very scared of flying, and I had a panic attack on the last flight, and they told me to come to this pharmacy and ask you for some, right? And I was like, wow, this girl's really just like, I need this shit. Like, I don't care. There's me going, can I have a packet of Imodium? Sorry, can I have a lady's Imodium? And then she was like, and then she's like, can I get something? And your man just goes, yes, no problem. And it was like as if it was like you ask for a scratch card. It's so readily available behind the till. He just was like, yeah, and just gave her something there, done and done. Wow. I was like, what is that? And also, whatever that is, I'm doing that next time I go to the airport.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, I have a panic attack. I'm just going to say that and see.
No,
what they
you'll
give
have
me.
to do the Dutch accent or the Danish accent.
I'm not sure what her accent was.
That was very good,
I was
though.
piecing that together. I just
that,
kind of made
that
that up.
has an
right.
authoritative kind of like, I would do whatever that accent told me to do.
Yeah,
you know?
it seems like you're an inconvenience if you don't.
Yeah.
Is that
You're like,
just
oh,
Qatar
yeah,
where you can get
sorry.
that kind of action?
Yeah, see, maybe that's what I was kind of thinking. Also, I was so tired as well.
It would be too much to fly to Qatar just for that reason, wouldn't it? It would.
Depends how many you can get back and sell.
Yeah. Well,
They're so proud of that airport, but it's so chill.
Which airport?
They're like the gateway to the world. I'm like, this is an awful place. This is a terrible place, and it's very expensive looking. But
No W.H.
everyone
Smith.
here is exhausted and miserable. No, they wouldn't have W.H. Smith. They'd have things like expensive things. I was just, you know, they have all these ads. That's what I hate about that part of the world. The focus on wealth. It just drives me nuts. And it's like, if you watch a thing on the plane, you have to wait and watch an ad about a diamond watch that you can buy in an airport. And I'm like, oh my God, this isn't real life.
I always find that such a waste of time. Like car ads. I'm not buying a car. Stop showing me car ads.
Yeah.
Who buys a new car?
Who buys a car?
Who buys
You're
a new
American.
car?
You're part of your
They didn't buy a current year car. They bought a previously driven car.
I don't know who buys a new, like, you know, it's like, I understand like seeing like a Coca-Cola being like, oh yeah, but get that in the shop. Wrigley's Extra or whatever, you know, pick that up or whatever. But
They don't be advertising as much as they used to.
don't be, no.
They used to have
Wrigley's.
great ads. Remember, they used to have ads,
Wrigley's, yeah.
and they would bend they would always take the chewing gum and bend it into their mouth.
Yeah.
They would catch it on the lip or the teeth, and they would bend it into their mouth. And there was that one there was a sexy one about like a couple going on a train. Anything on that? And there was
Is
Remember
that something,
something.
guys? Anything there?
Anything there?
anything there?
Anything? Am I saying
Is there
something? Is
something on that?
going on there?
Am I speaking out loud?
Am I speaking?
Is
Is there
this
anything going on there?
Anyway,
sorry.
listen, I need to tell you something. I, for a very brief period of time on Saturday, became a degenerate gambler.
Oh.
And I lost €500 on blackjack.
What? Of your own money?
€500.
What?
So this is what happened, right? I'm following this Kiwi guy who's playing blackjack every day.
No.
Is blackjack the 50-50? You just say yes. Is it like? Is it 21s?
Tony, 500 quid.
Yeah. No, I'll explain, right?
That's not.
No, I was up and then I lost 500 quid. Okay, so basically,
House always wins, Tony.
That doesn't. You just said I was up and then I lost 500 quid. You
I
lost
need
500 quid.
support now.
Yeah, let's let him have
Come on.
space to speak his
Can
truth.
I plead my case?
Yes, plead your case.
a
Tony
piece of
Cantwell.
shit.
Tony Cantwell, plead my case.
No, I want, you know that. Have you followed that Kiwi guy
Yes.
in New Zealand?
He won a milli.
He bets 10 cent for every follower, the new follower that he gets on Instagram, and now he's up to, like 115,000 a day that he bets on one hand. God. And then a lot of the time he'll win 250 grand. A lot of the time he might double down. He might lose 250 grand, right? So it's like, that seems like a lot of fun. I played a bit of blackjack when I was in Vegas very briefly because a Native American guy sat beside me, and I was like doing that kind of like, yeah, man, we're the same, man, Irish, Native American, all that. Yeah.
Thanks for that money during the famine sound.
That sound,
Cheers
man.
for that.
Choctaw Nation. Yeah.
Have you seen this photo of Dev?
Yeah. Do you hate him? Do you hate that man? My friend, please. I'm trying to focus. Anyway, he just told me that you just hold on, just don't try and get anything over 16, all right? And then for whatever reason that worked, and I did very well in Vegas. So anyway, I thought I could apply this. So I was looking at apps and I found one that's
Is
real.
blackjack the one that
21.
21s? Okay.
21, yeah.
Pontoon. My
Yeah.
granny would have called that a pontoon.
So I thought, all right, I'll do this, and maybe it's real money. Maybe there'll be some promotional code where you can get some money. So whatever,
Yes.
it's not how it worked. So I ended up putting a tenner in. So from a tenner, okay,
Yeah.
I got 50 quid. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. I'm doing really well here. Lost that almost immediately. And then the app gave me a $5. And I'm like, all right, well, I may as well keep playing.
Yeah.
Got that up to 100.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, wow, this is amazing. Then lost all that immediately. And then, and I couldn't tell you how I lost it. And then it gave me another $5. And then before I knew it, I was on €500. Oh my God. And I just kept thinking, right, I'm going to.
Oh my God.
And I had all these rules, like I'm only going to gamble, like a big gamble. If I can get into the next 100, I'll bet half or whatever. I had all this. Couldn't tell you how. Lost it all. And then I put another tenner in, and then another tenner, and then 25 quid. And then I was like,
So how much did you spend?
I spent €55.
Okay, that's not that bad.
But I lost, 500.
No, you didn't. You lost 55. That's how it works.
Yeah.
I know you feel the loss of the 500, but you didn't actually lose that. That was made believe money, fake money. Until you took it out of your bank account.
Yeah,
you cashed out. It was fake money.
But I'm very good at like spitefully quitting things I'm not good at. So now this is it. This is me done. Like I'm actually spitefully good at able to to quit. That I think that's more powerful. My spite is more powerful than my actual
What's your
addictive
spite?
nature.
Is it that kind of like, well, if you guys had let me win, I might have actually kept playing. So there you go.
It's kind of like when
maybe if you had let me win the money, I would have kept playing.
I would have kept playing actually. So you would have made it's your loss actually. So fuck that. It's like when I tried it for basketball and then I couldn't get the hoop once and I'm like, fuck this, never picking up a basketball ever again for the rest of my life. But it was scary because I was literally there and I was in my daughter asleep and I was just like waiting for her to fall asleep. And then before I knew it, 2 hours had gone and I had highs. I'd high highs, low lows. So that just be a warning that gambling is very addictive. So just be cautious out there.
It absolutely is, and
I hate it. To be honest, I hate it. It's gross.
Yeah, I'm sure I did it.
I
Obviously,
do a little bit of.
You do a flutter
betting on the, like if there's an.
Do you put an accumulator on?
No, not accumulators.
Bundesliga
horse
to
racing
score.
on
You've not
Stephen's
named the
Day. That's what I bet on.
Oh dear.
Yeah, on Stephen's Day, me and Anna usually put on bets. I usually lose every single one, and she usually wins every single one.
You should keep it up.
Yeah, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a tradition, and we only ever put on €15, so it's like.
I like a pool when they do that. People do that. I think those are fun.
I do that as well.
I like a pool.
If we did that, if we did like an office pool for like the Grand National, us three and Hilary, we'd have like so many horses each. We'd have a strong chance of winning.
I think we should do it.
If we put in like whatever, I don't know, 900 quid each.
I could probably get that back in blackjack tonight. Yeah, I could probably do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You should do that.
Some
I'm sure
people
you're.
are professional. Like I know this guy's a professional poker player. Isn't that just amazing that he can just go like, I'll make money from that. Like it's no problem. I'll make a lot of money, 40 grand.
Those guys lose a lot though. That's the thing. Is like they like let's say they win in Tony's kind of way. Like you might win $1 million.
Tony's way is to lose.
Yes, if they're doing it Tony's way. But like you're doing like, let's say Tony says he lost 500 quid, which he didn't. He lost 55 or whatever.
Well,
but like he spent, that's how much he spent.
550.
But like these guys will lose like 200 grand, but they'll win 250. So they've actually like over the course of the year, like they've made 50 grand or whatever. So there's that kind of lifestyle.
I wish I could apply the gambler's kind of narrative to my own life because you only ever hear about the big wins. You never hear a gambler talking about how much shit that they've eaten from doing shitty bets, but they're always like, I had this amazing thing that came this accumulator, had Tony Cruz to score 9th or some shit, and then but like you don't know that they're actually probably like 16 grand in the red.
Yeah.
Is that the word?
Yeah.
In the red.
In the red. I wish I could do that myself and only talk about my, my amazing victories rather than kind of dwelling in my own head.
I remember there was like a big lotto, and it was in America. It was $1 billion lotto when we were living there, and
The Powerball.
and it was like some Powerball, but it was $1 billion. And I remember people going. Everyone got a ticket, but everyone was like, because it was like $1 billion, and you're like, what if, even though the chances were 0, and there were some people going around going, after tax, it's only 600 million.
It's hardly worth your while buying the ticket, is it?
And then, anyway, I was like, I'm not getting it. There's no fucking way. And
Got to be in it.
I had this whole kind of I was like, there's no way, there's no way I'm going to win, so I'm not going to buy one. And my friend was like, but you might win. And I was like,
Ooh.
oh yeah, you're right. And I just immediately bought a ticket, and I was like, that's the whole thing right there.
I think lots of people
There's
have
no way
that-
I'm going to win. You could win. Oh yeah.
Lots of people have
actually
that experience with the lotto where their friends all just get involved and go, let's all buy the lotto. I remember we did it one time. We were walking through town, and my friend Ross, we all went into that shop in Parnell Street and bought lotto tickets. And Ross came out and he was like, I can't believe all of our lives are going to change tomorrow. Just taking the piss. But I do think everyone goes, hey, I can buy the lotto. My dad used to play the lotto every week, and he used to put in our birthdays, right? And then, and he would do a quick pick. And then sometimes he would just not play. And I was like, that is disgusting. I was like, what if our birthdays came up? And he was like, well, I was never going to win because I didn't play that week. And I was like, yeah, but you would have won. He's like, yeah, but I'm not going to win. I didn't, but I would never win because I didn't play that week. I was like, that is just horrendous.
When someone told me that if you say you're picking 6 numbers, if you picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in that order, it's the exact same likelihood as whatever numbers you have.
Yeah,
Every
I don't
single
understand that probability. It was chapter 6 in the maths book, and I just,
Fuck that.
as you know, I checked out of maths during school. I decided to just not do that really.
Yes.
And
Fair.
actually,
Did you pass maths?
No, I did. I did honours maths for absolutely no reason. And I remember the teacher, my dad went to the parent teacher meeting, and he was like, well, he doesn't really seem to do any work in his maths, and I think maybe we should go to pass. And my dad was like, he's well able for the higher level. And then my dad was like making a stand on this, and I was like, yeah, cheers, you're right, but also I'm not going to do any of it. And I'm going to go to Chaplin's office and play guitar. That's what I'm going to do.
Wait, is that what you did?
A lot of times towards the end, that's
I
what
didn't know that was an option.
Chaplain.
So, yeah.
Come into the room.
Bring me the boys. And
Stairway to heaven again. Tinkering along the frets of a fender. No need for mathematics. Your arithmetic can't help you in here, boys. Just the
Chaplain.
dusty copper of the strings.
If I could just have the guitar, Chaplain, that would be great. Sorry, you're just kind of grasping it with your...
Young Bobby Cocker's been playing the recorder for me for a very long time.
Quite the player. Quite the player.
His parents haven't come knocking.
Tell me, boy, do you still intend on becoming a ranger when you leave
Chaplain!
school?
Chaplain, where are those boys?
I'll never tell. I'll never tell. They're my boys. Fly, my pretties.
Sir, I don't think you should be pushing me out the window, sir.
Things I do for laughs.
Sir, I don't have wings, sir.
At the end of the day, I think the podcast and all that stuff, I think the best thing we've done is create this kind of alter ego for chaplains, that they're kind of this weird sort of...
we rebranded
Fagin
Chaplains, and I think
character.
yeah. And I think the impact of our rebranding of Chaplains has really been impactful across
Yes.
schools
Yes.
and colleges and other places where you might have chaplains. The Navy.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think a lot of chaplains with like the name like Snake Tongue have denied. Just might be too on the nose. Like they've been denied employment. Worm Weasel. Chaplain Worm Weasel and stuff like that. People kind of come in with kind of sunken eyes and a cloak. Those kind of chaplains.
So that type of particular brand of
have
chaplain.
unfortunately that's fallen by the wayside. It's young, hot, frosted tip chaplains now. Heroes.
Yeah. Yeah. I
How
mean,
old-
chaplains these days, they kind of look like they were in NSYNC. And it's like...
I know. Yeah. You don't want a chaplain that's hotter than you.
No.
That's what I found.
No.
I know nothing. I know you've told me this before. What age were the chaplains?
50.
50.
50s.
They were all...
Some of them were priests, and that wasn't as good. And then there was a layman as well, and he was in his 50s. I think he went mad then. So
But they let you play guitar. That's class. Electric
it wasn't
or
in class.
acoustic?
Oh my God.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. Huh?
No, but was it electric?
No, acoustic guitars.
Would have been good if it was electric.
What would you be playing? Stairway to Heaven or
I only really could do
Mary Little Lamb on
the
one string?
basics. I could do C and G and D minor and E minor and A minor. That's what I could
You
do.
got Stairway to Heaven there.
When I got to barcodes, I was like, not doing this anymore.
It's hard to push down. your
It's
finger
hard
like
on the
that.
finger.
Much stubby little fingies.
Yeah.
I can't do it with them.
Yeah.
I think I got beat by your Cheeto, so I don't play barcodes anymore.
You have a
So-
ring on. Killian has a ring today, and
What's
it's
going on?
everything.
bullshit.
That's a real
Clashes with
like
your
that's
goals or
for
whatever.
a man that unfortunately the way gender roles still are. For men, that is such a shift. It's like, wow, Killian's got a ring on now. It's a whole thing.
Well, I mean, a ring don't mean a thing.
Wow, okay.
No, it's a cool ring. I'm really happy to have it.
But who jingled?
Wasn't me. I've been ignoring texts from my.
Did she get parked?
I don't know.
It's actually my partner and parking situation.
She just still roasting you about that ring. Stupid fucking ring.
No,
Texting
she
me
actually said
constantly.
I looked good with it.
You do look good.
People are really into the ring thing.
They highlight your big fingers.
I was wearing it because I kind of wanted to do a little bit of.
Do a bit of
Because
my vibe.
Tony's the ring guy. Like,
I'm the
look
ring
at
guy.
his
Many of you got
hands.
4 rings.
Got 4 rings, so I'm the ringman.
I watched that
Maybe
video
one
as
of
I
the
often
lowered
do. I watched Aslan in Vicar Street singing. I can't remember what song it is.
These are the hands.
Yeah, that song, which is amazing. It's a great video. If you ever
Incredible.
just feel like I've got 10 minutes to spare, watch that. It's
Never.
amazing.
Doesn't happen to me.
This lad in the middle, he's the halfway line.
That chap in the white t-shirt.
Chopping the white t-shirt, and if you watch him, the whole video, he does it for the rest of the video.
Wow.
But
R.I.P.
I saw Chrissy because he does all this hand stuff. He does this really cool hand dance, and he had a lot of rings on. And obviously, I'm never going to look as cool as Chrissy Dignam, but
No.
I was like one ring, maybe one ring.
One ring to rule them all.
And to the race of men, another ring was made. What is that? What is that stone?
I don't know.
Black.
It's
So you got fuck all to talk about with it.
it's cracked.
Is it
So-
sterling silver?
No, I don't know what it is. Honestly, I put it on and I now cannot take it off.
Okay.
And so that's the reason it's still on me.
If you need someone to suck your finger to help get it off,
Yeah.
I could do that for you.
That's a service that we have to provide for each other in the young hot guy.
Why
It's
don't you try it
contractually
now?
in the
Try it now.
contract.
It is just, you know.
Try it now.
Well,
I'll sit here in the middle and watch.
I mean, I don't think I could fit. I might just have to lick the side.
This feels like that TV show, that film Challengers.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen that yet.
I've not seen it.
You guys haven't seen it?
No.
Oh my God, watch it. Very sexy movie.
When would I go see that? At 11 o'clock after fucking Paw Patrol, mighty fucking movie? When would I get a chance to
After
see that
Bluey.
shit? After Bluey?
In between episodes of Bluey. Maybe they could make a Bluey version of it, but I feel like it would be a bit inappropriate because it is a very sexy film.
From what I've heard, it's more like blowy than bluey.
Oh, wow.
Or
You
a bit
heard
of,
that?
bit of a blue movie. That's what I heard.
It is quite blue. It's good. And Zendaya is very good in it.
Is she actually good?
Yeah.
Does she finally be good in a movie?
I think this is...
What's wrong with Zendaya?
She's not great in movies.
I don't think she's great. I've not seen Euphoria, so I don't want to. I can't.
She's
I
good in
can't
Euphoria,
cast
and then
full judgment.
and then I feel like the I mean, you're not going to say no to Dune, but I think they could have been better. But anyway, in this, I'm like, that's Zendaya. That's her. She's a star. She's incredible.
You said that?
I love
Was
her.
everyone like, shh,
Yeah,
in the
and
theater?
I had sunglasses on.
That's
That's
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
She,
I
is
said,
a star.
She
Fine
has
there.
arrived.
Get her agent. That's the star. It's
Yeah,
like, I can turn her into something.
I was hot and
Now
cold with you
this I
before.
can work with. This I can work with.
Why don't you put on a big fucking rose on your head and go to the Met Gala? That's where I see you going.
Zendaya, 2 words. Fair city.
Yeah, you gotta slum it for a while first. Then you might get you into a 2-part drama. Yeah, come down on Virgin Media, so it won't be good.
Maybe we get you on the dancing show. Good morning. We'll move up. We'll move up. We'll move up.
You consider being a wager for photo wildlife park? All the celebs are doing it. Killian Sundermann, for example.
We did that. I did that celebrity zookeeper thing. And
Celebrity Ranger.
Be
Celebrity
careful.
Ranger.
I'm telling you to be careful because you keep talking about this and it's not even on.
We have to edit out you
It's out
jet
on Tuesday.
spoiling.
Oh, it's out on Tuesday.
Oh, is it?
It's
Okay,
out on
okay, okay.
Tuesday. I'm going to be in it. I hope. It could be really embarrassing if I get cut.
What are the celebs that are in there? Or did you went
Neil
there?
Delamere, I think, is also doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'd say...
Bet the animals were cracking up.
I think he's like probably the season one.
You don't want to make a chimp laugh that much.
I'd say my animals were laughing
I
as
hope
well.
Delamere, was warned about that. Don't
Well, it was
excite
just
the
annoying
chimps too
because
much.
like Neil was like, I guess no one at Photo Wildlife actually knew who I was, and I was supposed to be a celebrity, and I was like, this is very embarrassing on my behalf.
That's what all the dads watching will say. He's supposed to be
Who?
a celebrity.
Who the fuck is this? And then also I like asked the crew, I was like, and who's on next week? And well, season finale we're doing Neil Delamere, and everyone was like, oh God, Neil's, and it was just like the people know who he is.
Oh,
And
yeah.
no one knows who I am.
He gigs everywhere. Everyone knows him. Everyone loves him. He's very
Yeah.
funny as well.
He's a great, very nice man, and he's probably going to do both hilarious things and then also nice conversational things. He's going to give people the space. Whereas I was just being funny the whole time and cracking up.
Great. So skip next Tuesday, and the Tuesday after, Neil Delamere is going to be on, and apparently that's a much better episode.
No, where is it? What station is it on? Tuesday the 14th. On what station?
I think it's Tuesday the 14th on RTE.
Yeah, but Hain no dull.
I don't do 2.
Okay.
No, I don't know. It could be 2. I don't know. I'm joking.
I'm going to watch that, Killian. I'll probably record it and watch it at another time.
You don't have to record it. You can watch it on the player.
Whichever.
It's a good player.
Did they get the footage of you going into a leopard and putting your arm around it saying, never change your spots, and then getting mauled? Did they have that? Or did they have to edit that out?
They had to edit it out. They did. They when I got there, the first thing I did, because I wanted to get, I'd been talking to Shane, and he said when he gets to a hotel room, he completely strips. And I wanted to be at one with the animals because I wanted them to be comfortable. People say, oh, you want the rangers to be comfortable. I wanted the animals to be comfortable with me. And I thought there was no way I can do that whilst disrespecting them with my clothes.
Yes. So like, what are those things?
What are they? They don't know what they are. So
No.
to be at one with them. So I did that, and I took off my clothes. And again, this is why I don't know if it'll be aired or whatever, because there is a case. I honestly can't say too much. But I got in with the cheetahs and fully nude. And I wanted them to respect me, so I kind of started chasing them. And
wow.
And I don't remember much, but I felt a sharp pain in my back. And I woke up a few days later. And anyway, it should be on Tuesday, the 14th, RTE.
One of them.
And yeah.
Great. Well, I can't wait to see it.
And stream all episodes now on the RT player.
The RT player.
You do it.
Stream episodes
Oh, come on, you can. Come on.
Stream episodes now on the RT player. All episodes available now on the RT player.
Yeah.
So it was a Saturday morning, and I went to the spa area, and I had to leave because I was in the sauna. That was fine, but then I wanted to check out the cool jets and stuff in the pool and everything like that. And it just got it was everyone on Saturday morning. People bring their kids to the pool, and I was just this hairy dude, and everyone was dads were doing that thing which seems to be most of being a dad at that age, was where they pick their kids up and throw them up in the air, and in water you don't even need to catch them.
No, it's great.
And the kids actually 10 out of 10, they love it.
They love it. Yeah.
They think it's the best thing ever, and it's a hit every time. And I was in the middle of it, and I was hanging out by the jets, and I just felt weird. I had to go.
And it was so embarrassing for you when he threw you, because you were like, "This is so embarrassing."
Well, it's I did go up to that guy and I said, "Hey, my go." And
you said, "Do it to me. Do it to me. Do it to me."
I said, "Now me."
Do it again.
Would you perhaps be able to throw me as well?
I'm on Wayne in the for a wildlife park.
Fling me in the water.
But there's something wrong with my. I'm taking steroids and I'm growing a mustache. Actually,
well, I just felt like it just felt like a weird dude, and I had to leave.
We went on a romantic getaway then the next day.
Yes, we did. And that was nice.
I didn't see you in Cork, Tony, but then I had Killian. We were back to back. I tell you,
back to back with this boy.
Yeah.
I was missing. I was feeling like, they're gonna gang up on me.
I think this is the case of the internet.
And
It looks like
mid-30s,
me and
do you know what I
Killian
mean?
were going around the place having the time
did.
of our lives.
Oh, yeah.
But if you think about it, we had breakfast in Cork, in the morning, and then we left and was like, "I'll see you in Kilkenny."
Of course.
So then we didn't see each other until several hours later in Graiguenamanagh. Shout out to Graiguenamanagh.
Yeah.
And we went to the sauna there, and it was splendid.
Oh, it was very good.
Can I ask,
Hot
because
box sauna,
if
shout
you're
out.
at the hot box sauna, I love those boys, and they have women now as well.
Great.
That's very modern.
Okay, so if you're
Great
not,
golf.
for people who aren't sauna people, the way a sauna works, you get in the hot thing for a while, then you do a cold thing. So
Yes.
sometimes it's a cold shower. They have a chlorine plunge pool and also a plunge into the river.
Yeah,
which was
and it's a
delicious.
cage.
Oh my God.
I was trying to describe to Anna, she was freaking out, but it's a cage. And you get in the cage, and then the river kind of buffets against you, and you kind of get pinned a little bit against one side of the cage.
But it's very nice.
But it's very nice.
But even though we're friends, right? Did you feel? I think this is some kind of masculinity problem, because I felt really like I cannot leave and do the cold thing until.
Yes.
What if I want to go
Yeah.
really soon? And Killian's like, "No, I'm staying here. Don't be so ridiculous. Stay for more heat and pain." Whereas I was like, "I'm too hot."
I felt. Can I say?
the wivel.
I felt I was able to handle more heat, and you were better with the cold. That's how I felt.
True. That's true.
I felt because I didn't
I've
feel
got a
that so
little bit
much
of
in the
cushion.
sauna.
For the pushing?
cushion for the pushing and the
I
river.
felt like when we were in the sauna, I was like, "This is grand. I'll be okay. I can." I can last it here. But when we were in the river, I was Shane does cold swimming quite a good bit, and he seems more didn't flinch when he got in the water.
I loved it. But then there was
But
the other
I was
people.
cold and I
there
was
was
nervous
3
in
sets
there.
of couples and then one like pairs and
Yeah.
then one person on their own. And when the person on their own went for the outside to the cold, everybody else then felt we were all allowed to talk because
Yes.
we obviously were in pairs and we all
Yeah.
wanted to talk.
Yeah.
And then when she went out, everyone was like, pressure's off now. We can just get. You can talk quietly, I think.
Well, this is exactly the sort of patter that I was jealous of and threatened by. And I hope you have a great rest of your lives together doing this podcast as a duo where you go around and review different saunas and you have a great time and you say, oh,
And you know what happened?
how great are you at
Tony,
heat? Well, you're great at
no.
cold. And what, I'm a
Tony.
piece of shit?
We can go
we
to
don't
a
think
sauna
that.
if you want.
Tony,
Okay.
we don't think that about you.
They have one. It's in Meath, an hour away. Another venue in Belfield, I think it's called.
Okay.
Bective.
Okay. Can we actually like organize the date after this? Like,
Yeah, I will organise that. Also, my parents appeared on the scene.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I've been telling Killian that when
Oh,
we
this
used to
is
drive to
insane,
Wexford as
yeah.
kids, I took a video and I said we used to drive down here before they had the motorways, the new roads, that you'd have to drive through various towns. And I was like, one of them was Graignamanagh. And I told him about this. And then I sent in a video to my family WhatsApp going, gorgeous in Graignamanagh. And my mother rang me, she's like, we're in Graignamanagh. I was like, what are the chances? And then they pulled up and my mother did a drive-by. Well, I watched them drive to the wrong place first and I stood there beside my car looking at them driving to the wrong place. And then she did a drive-by. Her window was open as she passed. My dad was parking in front of me. And as she passed, she just come back, zooming by. And like it was the most cliche mother thing. She's like, have you had your lunch? Like the first thing. That's what she asked out the window. And
Oh,
then,
Mom.
and then they got out and then he came hobbling. He came, have you had lunch?
Yes, I had my bomb bread earlier.
He came hobbling out and then asked, was his back sweaty? I was like, yes, your back is sweaty. I don't know why they were. Anyway, then she said, are you on your own? I was like, no, I told you. I was like, we did the sauna. I was like, Killian's here, but he just left. She's like, oh, Killian's here, good boy. And Killian and I were discussing this. It was like, who's the good boy, me or Killian?
Oh, good.
Am I a good boy for having Killian with me?
Am
or
I just a good boy in
is Killian
general?
a good boy?
I think you're the good boy.
Who?
I think you're the good boy.
Me, Shane.
You, Shane. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. For you kind of, quelling her worries that you were traveling alone.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Quashing.
I thought she
good
was
boy.
saying,
boy.
I thought she said, oh, Killian is here. And then thinking about Killian as the person as a whole and going, good boy.
Good boy, that.
That's a good
yeah,
boy.
that sounds less likely now. No, no shade.
No shade.
Well,
Anyway,
find out.
well, we should go to sauna. I do actually love it, and I think it's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, I'd like to do that. I don't.
But you were just saying you can't even go to the cinema, so when are we supposed to bring you to a sauna?
I can go during the day.
We're childless.
Okay, I can do loads during the day. We should hang out more during the day.
Yeah, we
Okay.
should. And then also we could think that we could do team building.
That'd be a great idea.
yeah,
that's
that's
the
where we
kind
have
of thing-
to build a raft.
Yeah, no, well, not
We have
that,
to build a
I know.
raft
On
and we
our
have
own.
to go across the ocean.
I was thinking we just go to the sauna and that's enough.
No team building. You advance on Russia like a team.
Okay.
No, but like that's the thing. You build a raft in a team building exercise, or you figure out how to get across the puddle with only straws or something. You got to build a bridge out of straws.
Or
I
you
think we
have
should-
giant skis that you all wear at the same time.
Your
And
your
then-
whole family goes around on a tandem bike.
Yeah, and then you have to go and dress like you have to go and dress like that. It came out of nowhere. You go and look at a Lego statue, and then you have to make the Lego statue at your table, but you can only go one at a time, and only one of you can touch the Lego,
Oh,
and thus increasing the productivity of your company.
that's
Yes.
great.
Or whatever.
Or we
called
could go to
synergy.
like a soft play area. Just kind of go down the slides and the ball pits.
They should have that for adults.
They shut them for adults.
Wouldn't that be class?
Oh no, could you imagine?
Imagine
getting
a few
sick in
drinks.
the ball pit, and have to clean all
Ah.
the balls and
I
everything.
get tired so quickly. I remember my memory of being in those ball pits and stuff like that is just being like this,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just so
Steam
tired,
coming off
Pumping
you.
sweat.
just like pumping sweat, just like
But you knew you had to get as many goes in
Yeah,
of
yeah.
everything as possible.
we're gonna go
Like wet
down the
socks.
free ball. You
Pegging
can't put
it
your
back
hands
here.
to the side of your burn.
Yeah, lift your feet.
Lift your feet up.
Pegging it back to your mouth, drinking
Yeah,
a
you
fucking
Went down. My
liter
knees
of
went
Coke.
down backwards.
But you'd run back to your mum and give like a little update on what you're all doing.
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah. You'd be like, we went down, and then who? Well, Gary can first, and then they'd be like, all right, we hate it here.
Yeah.
We don't want to be here at all. It's very warm.
And
It's
then
very
you just
sticky
hear
atmosphere.
like you just hear like that slow kind
Yeah.
of like someone gets a ball thrown in their eye, everything stops, and then just
No, that sounds like a little rat. Sounds like a little sap.
I remember me and my mate were chaperoning like his much younger brother's birthday party in a soft play area, and all the kids were like around the same age, like maybe like 7 or whatever. And we went through the little ghost area, with the neon light.
Yes.
Scary.
And someone had done a shit They're just gonna
Oh
shit
my
themselves.
God.
So then we were kind of like went to one of the parents, and we were like, I don't know, like 12, like 13. We're like, someone's doing shit. Someone's after doing shit. So just want to let you know, like as the chaperone, someone's after doing shit. And then it turned out to actually be one of the older kids who was 9 who went there because the younger brother was like, "Can my brother come? He's 9," and you know he took a shit.
This place isn't
And I remember
scary
thinking
enough.
like, "Oh, but that was the older brother." Shit, you know.
How did you-
You'd lose all cred.
How
but
was
you're,
it traced back
Yeah.
to the shitter?
they just found out. Like all the kids came back,
DNA.
and then it was kind of like a shit pants.
Horatio
Oh my
from
God.
CSI Miami came.
Yeah, yeah.
Looks like this ghost town just got a little stinky.
Ghosties. That's when you wipe your arse and there's nothing on it, isn't it? When you wipe your arse and you think you could
Ghost poo.
Ghost poo.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, great way to end this.
Well, you know,
There we
these are
go.
the facts of life.
These are the facts
You
of
know?
life.
Yeah.
And do you know what else is a fact of life?
Well,
We will be doing a really, really good show tomorrow.
tomorrow.
It's
night.
called the Bureau de Change.
The Bureau
Song
de Change Song
Contest.
Contest.
We will be performing music as certain countries, and there are still some tickets left. Maybe there are. They might be sold out. by
Might be
the time
sold
you're
out at this
listening. But
stage.
give it a look and see if there are.
Check it.
And also, there is a way of listening to this podcast more than the amount that you listen to it at the moment.
Yes.
If you are not someone who has done this thing. Basically, you go to HeadStuff Plus, you sign up, you become a subscriber, you get an extra podcast every week. We're about to do the next podcast, and we have got some really fun interactions with audience people, and just support the podcast. Fucking, if you like it, do. And also, if you don't like it,
This is a
all right?
really weird one. Are you
Don't-
okay?
It
Yeah.
started off really
Just
professional. Then
fuck
actually,
off.
do you know what?
I'm just
No, I don't know.
conscious.
Like,
I
it
know
fucking
that
went
Luke
in
is
your head.
listening.
Okay.
I know that Luke and
Well,
Netanyahu
you're
are
not
listening.
supposed to be listening, Luke.
And I know I can sense it. So just Netanyahu, Luke, this isn't for you. So
Listen,
you
for
just go fuck
cheaper
off.
than a pint, you can listen to a podcast as long, and some say even better, where we actually respond to listener mail and
Do you think that my thing was so bad that they're not going to do it now?
I just wanted to let them know they have to pay something for it.
Yeah, you have to pay, and also I talk normal on that one.
Yeah.
I talk normal. Well, I
And
talk
less
normal.
threatening.
Much less threatening.
Yeah, well, you get some really good insights into what it's like as for a ranger, as someone who works with animals every day. You get some really good insights. I really deep dive onto that.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're listening to this today on Thursday, me and Killian are going to be there in Galway on Thursday.
Galuf.
And then I'm going to be in Castlebar on Saturday. Castlebar.
Lovely. I'm taking a break from the tour, and I'll be back in Vicar Street on the 14th of June, and Belfast actually on the 6th of June, and Galway, on the 21st of June,
Jesus, June.
and then London in July. But look, thanks very much. I love you so much. Bye.
We love you.
Bye,
Bye.
thank
It's nice to be
you.
back with you guys. Bye-bye.
Very attractive. Very attractive. Hot and loud.
And a little bit sad.
He was the best guy around. Oh my, is it hot in here or what?
You're an attractive guy.
It's the fabulous Tony Cantwell.
I'm talking about Shane Daniel Byrne.